Hi everyone. So as the baby snails fast approach their first birthday, so as they approach 1 year old, I thought I would show you their progress. They're getting nice and big. They've all got a decent size to them now. The maximum of the babies that I can hold in one hand with safely is two. Um, They get through loads of food. They can get through a bag of kale in a day and a half, depending on when I put it in. They, as you can see, love lettuce as well. They're having some lettuce as a treat while I clean out their enclosure and put snail mix and everything in. They love carrots, snail mix, fish flakes, lettuce, parsnip, baby sweet corn, cabbage, all sorts of different types of lettuce, like the little gem lettuces and stuff. Iceberg lettuce is not the best because it's just basically water. This is, what's it called? This is a different sort of lettuce. It's one that's all right for them. Cucumber they have as a treat, or if it's hot day and they need to cool down a bit. What else? Yeah, pretty much they eat anything I put before them. And in the bottom left is Rick. I've just popped him on. That's just a GoPro there. Me and my husband were getting some like close up footage of him, so that's just going to be in shot for a sec. But yeah, as you can see, compared to the size of Rick, they're getting quite chunky. They've got good growth. They're doing very well. Baby Juniper is still the smallest out of all of them, but Baby Juniper hatched later, so Juniper's not quite going to be one yet. She's probably, I don't know, she's probably about 3-4 months younger than all the rest. She's doing well, as you can see. She's busy there munching. She's fine. She's just little. Ideally, I probably would have her in a separate tank, but I just haven't got the space at the moment for that because I've got the big tank for the babies in now. I do have a large tub as well that I can use when they outgrow the tank that they're in, which is not going to be long. But I've got a tub that'll fit them all in. There is 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 11. With Baby Juniper's 11, and obviously with Rick there's 12, but Rick is in his own retirement tank. I just bring Rick out now and again while I'm cleaning everyone out. So like I'll clean the babies out, put them on the glass tray that they're on here with some food, and I'll get Rick out at the same time, so he can have a bit of a nibble because I'll do the baby's tank and Rick's tank at the same time because they're smaller. Then I'll get these guys all put back in their tank and then do the biggies. The biggies take longer because I have to do more of a thorough egg check. These ones, it's unlikely they're going to create eggs yet. I still do an egg check anyway because it's always good practice to get in the habit of checking all the snails every week for eggs. Like Rick hasn't been around anyone for ages. Apart from not so long back, he was in another tank. He was in the tank with Alvin and them overnight while I was setting up his retirement tank. And later on, he laid some eggs. So, it's always worth checking. Because I was nearly too late checking Rick's. They were not far from hatching. One or two had started to hatch before I froze them. And, yep. So it's always worth checking. The babies, I find anytime after they've reached about a year or so, they'll start mating and having eggs and everything. So yeah, it's always worth checking. But yeah, as you can see, size-wise, they're doing well. Obviously, they are a lot smaller than Rick, but Rick is nearly 6, so, he's a lot older. He's had a lot more time to grow, and they do continue to grow throughout their life. It's just their growth rate slows once they reach their adult size. So Alvin, Simon and Theodore have reached their adult size, but they will continue to slowly grow over time, whereas the babies are still in that rapid growth phase. So they just get through the food, they get through loads of cuttlefish, they get through loads of calcium biscuits. They just wolf the stuff down, sleep and eat some more and grow bigger, which is the job of the baby snails. But yeah, I'm really pleased with their progress, and what I'm going to do is get another tank the size of Alvin, Simon and Theodore's, so they can go in that. Rick will stay in his retirement tank because he's got plenty of room for him. He doesn't move around a lot anyway because he's a little old man. And he's got a nice big plant pot that he likes to sleep in his tank, and he's quite happy there. And I can't risk Rick laying too many batches of eggs, because the one batch of eggs he laid nearly killed him because he's a little old man. He just couldn't get them out. They were getting stuck. It took him a week to lay them, and there weren't very many of them. Last time though, he had some eggs. It was only about 10, and he did lay them quite easily. But I still don't want to risk him keep having eggs and weakening his system, because it's a lot of work for their bodies. It takes up a lot of calcium and a lot of energy, as it would a pregnant human. You know, it wastes a lot of energy. So yeah, I do monitor him carefully. But yeah, these are going to be upgraded soon. The tank they've got now, they still have enough room to get away from each other and give each other their space. They're not having to climb over each other to get to food, so it is still big enough at the moment. But once they reach 1, or just after, they are going to be transferred into bigger tanks. And then I'll treat them, I'll treat them the same as the adults anyway, but then they'll have the space and everything like the adults do. So yeah, at the moment, at the time of filming, they are, let me think, they're 8 months old at the time of filming. In December they will be 1 year old, and it'll be check on my phone, it's either the 13th or the 15th of December, I think. I didn't actually save it on my phone. It was somewhere between the 13th and the 15th of December when I got these eggs, because obviously this is the batch I've looked after since they were laid. The parents of these babies are Alvin, Simon, Theodore and Morty. As you can see, most of them are probably Alvin and Simon, and a couple of them are going to be Rick's as well, because at the time Rick was still in the main tank. And a lot of them do look like Rick, to be fair, or Morty, especially ones with the stripedness on the shells. The 2 albino coloured ones, they are not the children of Theodore. They're actually 2 that I got separate, so they're nice and healthy. Theodore I won't breed because he's basically a runt. That's why he's got the deformed shell and everything, so he's not someone you'd want to breed from. And like I said before, I just bred these because I wanted to see if I could. I've got no plans on breeding anymore in the future. All I'll do is, as it gets to the stage they're like, little old men, and where I'm looking at like they've probably only got a couple of years left, that's when I'd get another batch. I'd save another batch of eggs to grow the next generation, because I would like to always keep these as pets. Because I'd rather have the snails now than the goldfish that I used to always have. I've only got 1 fish left, and I'm not getting any more. When my goldfish eventually goes, the tank will be used for snails. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this little update and having a look. Any questions on care or anything of giant African land snails, let me know in the comments and I'll do some videos on them. If there's any other videos you would like to see about giant African land snails, let me know. And yeah, bye for now.